Hey guys, it's Aaron Kushler. Welcome back to another video. This is another one of my training vlogs. So this is my second pressing session that I do during the week. The other video that I did was the first one. This is the second one, which is just basically different movements. What you're seeing me do here is a strongman hold. So I'm picking up a sandbag and just holding it for about 30 seconds. I just set a timer. It goes off every minute. I hold it for 30 seconds and then I have 30 seconds rest. This is really good to help strengthen all the muscles of the core. So what I've found really helps to increase pressing strength is using sandbags, because it requires you to engage all of those muscles all at once. So you're basically just pulling it against you, you're holding tension. So I'm trying to stand upright as much as I can. And it's also really tough on the upper back, which is really important, especially when you're pressing anyway. This particular sandbag is about 75 kilos. And I do this for 10 rounds. So it's just an EMOM for 10 minutes. And it's a really good way to start the workout off. So to get all those muscles fired up. From here, we're going to move into the main pressing movement of the day. So this is the seated dumbbell press. So the other session that I do is the barbell Z press. So this one here, I'm aiming for 8 reps and I'm using the 35 kilo dumbbells. That's going to be a personal goal for me. If I hit that, prior to this, I was doing them for 6 reps. So it's always just about trying to get either one more rep each workout, or I'm trying to build in weight. So for me, my dumbbells after 30 kilos go up in 5 kilo increments. So I'm really just trying to look to build the reps rather than just trying to go up 5 kilos at a time. That might be just too much for any one session. So I'm just trying to get the reps in there. It's really important with the main movements to think about it like that. Something that I've found lately is trying to just either progress via weight or progressing with reps. And as long as you hold yourself to those rep goals, you will keep making progress. So some days you're obviously not going to have a great session. You come in, you're not going to feel as strong. You just have to, do what you can on those days. But as long as you're trying to come back to it the following session and you're trying to do a little bit better, chances are you're going to make progress. So here we are moving on to the next movement of the day. So this is a secondary pressing movement. So just barbell bench press. Again, I'm going for 8 reps and I'm progressing this using weight week to week. So once I hit the rep goals for 8 reps, doing about 3 sets here, then I'll increase the weight 2.5 kilos the next session. So at the moment, I'm on 90 kilos and I'm just progressing that week to week. Bench press for me is not a competition movement. It's just a secondary movement. So I actually have my hands a little bit more narrow than some people would. If you were doing powerlifting, where one of your main lifts is bench press, you'd have your hands slightly wider, I would assume. With things like Strongman, I'm more looking to increase that for my overhead press. So I'm going to move my hands in a little bit. Here's a next movement you're going to see me doing, which is pendlay rows. I like this variation a lot because it breaks the momentum down quite a bit. So it's very easy when you're doing barbell rows to kind of use the momentum and to sort of cheat the weight up a little bit. Whereas this variation takes that out. It takes all the momentum out at the bottom. In this clip here, what you're seeing me do is using straps. I've also got the belt on as well, and there's a reason for this. So I find that it helps me stay in position much easier. I can hold that position much tighter rather than getting fatigued and swinging around a little bit. So here you can see from the side, I'm trying to keep my back almost parallel to the floor, moving nothing else except my arms, pulling that weight up to my chest. So again, that's helping to build up the strength in the upper back, which translates really well into Strongman for any of your carrying events or your pressing events. That's really going to be helpful. And then obviously this is sped up. I don't do the bicep curls this quickly, but what I'm doing here is a rest pause set. So it's just one set. In this first clip, I'm aiming for about 12 to 15 reps around that sort of rep range, and then what I'll do is I'll set the bar down, have a short rest, and then come back and do a few more. So you're seeing me rest here. I'm only resting about 10 seconds, and then I jump in and try to do about another 3 to 5, and I repeat that cycle for about 4 times. So we're doing 4 mini sets of 3 to 5 reps. It's a really good way to actually finish off the arms because it's getting a lot of work done in a really short amount of time. One thing that I've really done with my training recently is to cut out a lot of the waiting around time. So if it's not efficient, if it's not a necessity, I'll likely cut it out. And it has actually worked really, really well. Putting a lot less in the program gives me a lot more focus on the stuff that actually matters, and I can push those movements a little bit harder. So here you go. Now I'm sort of towards the end of it, and you can see me kind of struggling a little bit. I'm getting the last couple of reps. And then what I do is the exact same thing, but with tricep push downs, just to balance it out. Again, the triceps, I'm not looking for, developing a well-rounded tricep specifically. I'm more looking for how can I make my triceps stronger, and by byproduct, that's also going to add size. But I'm not really too concerned with specific, multiple exercises to hit multiple heads. I'm looking for how am I going to just finish them off. So I hit them pretty solidly with the seated dumbbell press and the bench press already. This is literally just a finisher to the workout. So all in all, this was a training session that probably went for about 45 minutes. There wasn't a heap in this one. It wasn't really too complex. And that's really just how I've kind of liked it recently, is just keeping everything nice and simple. So hopefully you got some value out of this. Maybe you got some ideas for your own training. If you do have any questions, let me know down below, and I'll see you next time.